Time to re-up. What's going on YouTube? Your boy Young Mustard is back, and I got a banger for you guys with my first 2K video. Now, there's been a lot of hoopla about this Ben Simmons shit, and y'all know how I feel about Ben Simmons. I can't stand the nigga. He pisses me off. This is a guy that refuses to change, and the fact that he bailed on the Sixers, all to threaten that he wasn't gonna come back till the end of the season, and guess what happened yesterday? The nigga came back.
Surprise, motherfucker.
So I decided to do a little simulation, and today we're gonna do something, I guess, a little bit different than, your typical Mustard, Ben Simmons type of shit. And I'm gonna build around Ben Simmons because in this simulation, I guess the Blazers, because that's the team I'm gonna use to build around them, they have to move on from Dame. Because me as an NBA fan, at least in this simulation, I have to do something good if I'm gonna do something bad, which is build around Simmons, obviously. I gotta do something good, which is get my guy Damian Lillard the fuck out of Portland. It's about damn time. And Dame, if you ever see this, please, I love you. Get out of there for your own good. Now, what we did here is we have a trade with Damian Lillard for Ben Simmons, and I also put Seth Curry in there because, we need a shooter in return. And, it's best to get the most that you can get if you're trading a guy like Damian Lillard. But before we get started, make sure you drop a like, comment your opinions down below, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, let's run this simulation, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so here we are with the trade. We have Ben Simmons for Damian Lillard, and I also threw Seth Curry in there, and because, you have to even out the players, I just threw some random guy, CJ LB or LB, whoever the fuck that guy is. And let's see if the Blazers get this trade accepted. Of course the Sixers accept that, because if I'm trying to move on from Ben Simmons, a guy that's been costing me multiple years in the playoffs, and I can get my hands on Damian motherfucking Lillard, I'm gonna take that. So props to the Sixers for speeding up the process. So essentially, when we look at our roster, not trades, let's look at our roster. We have at the point guard Ben Simmons, and I'm thinking about moving him to the 4. We're gonna do that for sure. And when you look at the rest of the team, you have CJ McCollum, you have Seth Curry, and maybe I'll put CJ at the 1. CJ, when he runs the 1 for the Blazers, he be putting up some nice little assist numbers. So maybe we're going to test out CJ at the 1. But when you look at the rest of the lineup, Norman Powell, you have Robert Covington, and then at the center, you got Nurkic. Now, I don't know what to do with Nurkic because Nurkic is very injury prone, and he has 1 more year left on his deal. And if we're really being honest, we don't want Nurkic past this year. So let's be real. Let's move Nurkic and see if we can get a stretch 5. So let's see. Let's put Nurkic on the market and see what we can get in return. Ooh, Brook Lopez. See, I said stretch 5 and Brook Lopez comes up, and that's a perfect guy to get. But the thing is, Brook Lopez, he is kind of getting older, but he is somebody that can space the floor for us, in a hypothetical situation, because let's be honest, Brook Lopez doesn't actually get guarded. He gets left open a lot if you actually watch a lot of Bucks games. But let's keep going. Derrick Jones Jr., first round pick. Hell the fuck no, Chicago. I'm sorry. Lauri Markkanen? Do you think I'm stupid? I mean, I want to stretch big, but I don't want somebody that's going to just destroy my entire defense. Zubac and Bustis Winslow? Nah, we're going to pass. Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson is not bad. Let's actually look at his three-point rating, because I actually want to know what his three-point rating is. It can't be that bad, right? Okay, an 80. That's not bad. But let's see what we can keep getting. Clint Capella. Clint Capella is not bad at all. That would actually be pretty good, but we already have Nurkic. Nurkic rating is obviously lower than Capella's. Capella has more years on his deal, but if we're moving on from Nurkic, in order to get a stretch big, it doesn't really make sense to get Capella, who's a better version than Nurkic, at least defensively. Nurkic is better offensively, and to give up Larry Nance Jr. in the process, yeah, I think not, sir. So let's move on. Duncan Robinson. That's a good one to get back, but we have no replacement at the center position. I mean, who the fuck is this? Omer Yurtseven? Whatever the fuck that is. I'm sorry, I'm not taking that. Mason Plumlee. That's a nice return, but it's just like what's the point? We're trying to get a stretch big. Royce O'Neal, Ben McLemore, we have to give him up also. Nah, that's not going to do it. Rashawn Holmes, no sir. Nerlens Noel, hell the fuck no. Taylor Horton Tucker, Kendrick Nunn. Don't piss me off, LA. Terrence Ross, Dwight Powell. Damn, no stretch 5s. It looks like we're gonna have to settle on Brook Lopez, but Aaron Gordon and Facu. And we're gonna give up Anfernee Simons. I'm sorry. Knock off Tim Hardaway Jr. But I said Tim Hardaway Jr., Penny Hardaway, because I believe the story with Anthony Simmons or Anthony, whatever the fuck it is, I believe the story is his parents lost like a bet and that's why they had to name him that in a dedication to Penny Hardaway. Aaron Gordon, Facu, that's a nice one right there. I'm thinking about that Aaron Gordon one, and maybe we're going to put, a little small ball lineup there, but I don't know if I can do that. Jeremy Lamb, Kelly Olynyk, Chris Boucher, Jayshawn Tate, the 50-year-old rookie, and Daniel Tice. Fuck no, baby. Let's keep moving. Jakob Poeltl, Brent Forbes. I mean, Brent Forbes is a shooter, but he's kind of a fake shooter if you saw the playoffs this past year. Jakob Poeltl's a really good rim protector. I'll give him that. But nah, that's almost the same type of shit. Derek Favors, yeah, fuck off, Oklahoma City. Malik Beasley is a nice player to pick up, but he's not what we need in this transaction. Draymond Green, I mean, our defense would be top tier, but Draymond Green and Ben Simmons on the court together, yeah, fuck no. Daniel Gafford, Kyle Kuzma. I mean, Kuz would be a nice player to pick up, don't get me wrong, but I'm not trying to get Kyle Kuzma if I'm trying to rebuild here. So it looks like we're going to have to settle with this Brook Lopez trade, and I have no issue with that. So let's make that trade, and let's put Brook Lopez at the 5. So let's look at our coaching game plan. Let's rebuild this roster here. It has Ben Simmons at the 1, CJ at the 2. And guys, let me throw it to y'all, even though I know y'all aren't going to respond back, but let me know in the comment section, would you put CJ McCollum at the 1 in a hypothetical situation like this, or would you just keep Ben Simmons at the 1? Honestly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Simmons at the 4. I'm going to put CJ at the 1. Norman Powell can play the 3. I mean, Norman Powell's what, 6'3"? Yep, he's 6'3", so he can definitely play the 2. And I'm going to put Robert Covington at the 3. Now, our defense, honestly, with Norman Powell, Rocco, and Ben Simmons, and Lopez protecting the paint, our defense has gotten tremendously better. We have spacing with guys like CJ McCollum, Norman Powell, and Robert Covington, and Brook Lopez at the 5. So Ben Simmons, there's really no excuse for you to not be, a little knockoff version of Giannis here in this simulation. So I'm expecting around, 20-10 and 10, brother. Come on, give me that 20-point triple-double because you're capable of that, and you have a team that is suited for you to do that, my guy. Larry Nance off the bench. You got Seth Curry, Tony Snell, Anthony Simmons, Marquise Chris. Man, I'd be forgetting that nigga is even still in the league. But yeah, that's a nice little lineup. Now, let's simulate to the All-Star break and see how things go. But while I do that, you guys, let me just tell you guys about Ben Simmons. This whole Ben Simmons situation, let's be real here. Ben Simmons is a great player. Hell no. Let's disable all these offers. Ben Simmons is a great player, and I honestly think that if you trade Ben Simmons here, let's be honest, it's hard to build around him because offensively, you just don't know what he's going to be moving forward. Like, if he stays where he is, that's not a player that you build around. Please, always simulate that shit. That's not a player that you build around, and as good as Ben Simmons is defensively, if he can't get this whole free throw bullshit together, then I don't know how impactful he can be, especially in late game situations. That's why, for one, he can never be a point guard, especially on a championship team. Doc was not wrong. He just really can't be. Oh, Larry Nance Jr. is injured. Let's adjust the rotation manually because 2K is pretty stupid when it comes to adjusting rotations. Let's see, Larry Nance. Let's cut some of his minutes. Let's give some of those minutes to Marquise Chris. Let's get Marquise Chris in the lineup a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, he is somewhat of is he even young anymore? How old is he? He's 24. I guess he technically is still young. It feels like that nigga has been in the NBA for so long. I remember when he had potential in Phoenix. Yeah, that didn't really pan out, did it? But let's give everybody their minutes. Let's keep it pushing. Let's simulate the 16 because I know what's his name will be back soon. But as far as Ben Simmons goes, I've been saying it for a while. Let's adjust rotation. I've been saying it for a while as far as, this Ben Simmons shit. It's hard to build around a guy like that because, like I said, he's regressed offensively. And when you have a guy like that, how can you build around someone who offensively you don't know what you're going to get from him on a night-to-night basis? Cody Zeller, wow, he's a 79 in 2K. It's kind of interesting. I didn't see that coming. But yeah, like I said, a guy like Simmons, defensively, we know he's a great player, but offensively, he's so unpredictable because 1 minute the guy, he's going to take a 3 every 50 games, and then the next minute this guy's going to turn back into his, Draymond Green self, stand on the dunker spot and not do anything whenever he doesn't have the ball. And that's a big issue for me because as good as Ben Simmons is as a player, if you're just not even going to try when you don't have the ball in your hands, that shows a lot about you. It not only shows please play through that shit, Brooke. It not only like I said, it not only shows who you are as a player, but it shows your motivation, because off the ball, you should be capable to at least show some type of effort. And Ben Simmons just does not do that. And if you see all of the interviews, whether it's with Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, when they talk about that whole situation when Jimmy Butler was in Philly, it was very much reported that Ben Simmons did not like not having the ball in his hands, especially come postseason time. Now, if I'm Brett Brown, wow, this nigga Anthony Simons got injured. But let's adjust this rotation manually. But while I adjust this shit, like I said, Brett Brown, he even told Ben Simmons, according to reports, look, if you don't start shooting the ball soon, I will bench you. Nasir Little, are we going to give him minutes? Oh, damn, this is going to be kind of tough. But yeah, that's what Brett Brown said. And I have no issue with Brett Brown doing that, because if you're Ben Simmons, you should have already been shooting jumpers from your sophomore year. The moment that you fucking had that, what was it, that 1 point game in the playoffs or some shit like that against the Celtics, bro, you should have known at that point that obviously you have a huge weakness in your game and you need to improve. But no, this guy came into the next season the exact motherfucking same player. And people still make excuses for this bum ass nigga. Bum ass nigga. Let's see the All-Star draft. Did Ben Simmons make it? Giannis and Team Steph. Let's auto draft. Did Simmons make it, everybody? No. Wow, Ben Simmons was not an All-Star. We're going to check his stats soon, but let's get to the All-Star game. And let's see what Ben Simmons is at. So far, it looks like we're not, our record looks solid. Our record looks solid, but in the Western Conference, shit always, you never know, because you could win 50 games and be at the bottom of the West. The West is so tough like that. Yeah, so I guess I'm not shocked that Simmons did not make the All-Star team, because, the West is tough. It's a little tougher than it is out there in the East as far as making All-Star games go. Yeah, Marquise Chris, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to cut your minutes down, buddy, because you're a bad NBA player. At least Anthony Simons can shoot. Sorry, Marquise. But let's see what the numbers are for the roster. So, wow, Simmons is not even the highest rated player on the team. It's CJ. What's CJ putting up? Let's see what CJ's putting up without Dame now. CJ's averaging 23, 4, and 5. Great shooting splits. Props to my guy CJ McCollum. And Simmons, 18, 7, and 8. 63% shooting, or 62% shooting, as well as 2 steals. Those are great numbers, honestly. And it may not be all-star caliber, obviously, but considering he obviously is the best defensive player on our team, and I think he's the best player. I don't really care what this rating says. He's clearly the best player. And honestly, he's putting up good numbers. So it looks like our building around Ben Simmons is working well. Norman Powell, 16, 17 points a game. Really good shooting splits. Cody Zeller off the bench, 13 and 9. I like that. Brook Lopez, spacing the floor. Like I said, Brook Lopez is a fake shooter. Look at that. 33, 34% from 3. That's a fake shooter. They're going to leave that nigga open every time. But Rocco, 35% from 3. I don't really care about his efficiency, because we all know Rocco, it's not like he's creating his own shot consistently. The guy's there for 3 and motherfucking D. And so far, it looks like he's doing that 3 and D pretty well. Larry Nance, decent numbers all across the board. Seth Curry, what's he shooting from 3? 40%. So it looks like this building a perfect team around Ben Simmons shit is working out pretty motherfucking well, if I say so myself. But let's look at the standings also, because I would like to know where we sit among all of the standings out west. So far, we're the 5th seed, and if the playoffs were to start today, we would face the Golden State Warriors, and I'm sure we would get smoked because Steph Curry is built motherfucking different. But honestly, things look good. I mean, damn, the Lakers are the 2nd seed out east. The Nets, wow, they're 6th seed. I mean, that's what you get when Kyrie don't take the vaccine, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it looks like we're doing pretty good so far. In our last 10, we're 7 and 3. We're on a 1-game winning streak, whatever. But yeah, let's simulate to the end of the season and see where we end up. Hopefully, Simmons does win Depoy. I'm pulling for my guy to win Depoy. Oh no, an injury. Brook Lopez breaks his left ankle. Man, they be just having these random ass injuries. I mean, shit. I mean, I guess that's possible, right? Especially at his age. But that's a huge hit for us. Thankfully, we got the greatest center in Charlotte Hornets history, Cody motherfucking Zeller. If you know, you know. I'm just saying. But dang, it looks like Marquise Chris is going to get minutes. I know that guy is jumping for motherfucking joy now. But yeah, let's give Marquise some minutes. It's about damn time, just like LeBron said. It's about motherfucking damn time. Wow, Cody Zeller is going to average. Nah, I'm not giving that nigga 30 minutes. Let's split out the minutes among the bench. Let me take a minute away from that nigga Tony Snell. Just saying, wow, Tony Snell's actually playing minutes. What are we doing here? Let's cut that shit. But we need that depth at the small forward, so I see why he's actually getting minutes, actually. Let's give Simmons one more minute. Let's give CJ a minute. And let's give the GOAT Cody Zeller one more as well. But now we got to simulate to the rest of the season. And man, that's a tough injury. Let's see how it affects us, because I wouldn't be shocked if we just start losing a bunch of games. Contract extension deadline, no. Okay, we beat the Suns. We beat the Timberwolves twice. Sorry, Anthony Edwards. D-Lo. Looks like you got to step your motherfucking game up. We lost games to the Hawks and the Knicks. We're on a little win streak. And Brook Lopez is back, thankfully. Man, thank God. 6 to 8 weeks was, it's going to be tough to lose you for that long, Brook. I'm just glad to have you back. Marquise Chris, yeah, get the fuck back out the lineup. We're sorry. You did your little thing. Let's see what you did. Hey, that's actually not bad for Marquise Chris standards, so props to you for that, buddy. But yeah, you need to go. But let's put Brook Lopez back in the starting lineup. Cody Zeller, he apparently this nigga's been on fire. The guy, he has the whole fire shit next to him. And what's his numbers looking like? 13 and 9. Hey, those are the best numbers of his career, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, those are the best numbers of his career. The greatest center in Charlotte Hornets history, man.
Are you sure about that?
Cody Zeller for holding it down while Brook Lopez was out. But unfortunately, we're going to take you back out the lineup because Brook Lopez is back. But we can give you 25 minutes, and Brook Lopez, we can give you 28. Let's spread these minutes across. There you go. 30 Powell, 30 Rocco. I don't care if you're burnt out and tired, because, nigga, we need you down the stretch of this motherfucking season. But let's simulate to the end of the season. Let's hope that we can keep this up, because it looks like we're on pace to win 50 games, and hopefully we can do so. Oh my God, the GOAT Cody Zeller is out for the season with right elbow tendonitis. 2K, fuck you. Damn, how can you do that to us, bro? Damn, that's a huge blow. Well, it looks like Marquise Chris, all of his hopes and dreams of being able to play come postseason time, it looks like it's going to pay off for him, because he's going to get some minutes permanently for the rest of the season. Man, Cody Zeller was such a good player for us off the bench, averaging career numbers. Look, Cody, we're going to hold it down for you. Have no fear. But let's move you out the lineup. Tony Snell, man. The fact that we have to give that nigga minutes. Shit, whatever. Let's put Marquise Chris. We're going to have to give him a little bit more minutes than that. We can give him 16. That injury just hurt my soul, man. It really hurt my soul, because we were having a really good season, and you really never know how things are going to pan out just because you take one guy out the lineup. And now our bench, it's looking a little depleted there. Let's give Brook Lopez a little bit less minutes. Larry Nance Jr., I mean, he could technically play a small ball 5, and Simmons can play a small ball 5. You really never know with that. But yeah, let's give people their minutes. That's tough. I'm still hurt about Cody Zeller, man. Shout out to the GOAT. He really played his role. Props to you, for real. Damn, we're 2 wins away from a 50-win season. We have 48 wins. All we have to do is beat the Mavs, who they're 42 and 30. Or no, that was their last season record. What are they here? They're 38 and 42. It looks like they're not making the playoffs. If they are, it's going to be a play-in opportunity. But let's simulate through date. Oh, we lost back-to-back. Of course. When we want to get 50 wins, we lose 2 straight games. Giannis wins MVP. 3 MVPs to Giannis' name, on the way to becoming the GOAT. Just saying. Let's see who wins Rookie of the Year. My guy, Cade Cunningham. That's actually going to happen in real life. Just stay tuned for that. 6th Man of the Year, Andre Drummond. Let's hope Ben Simmons wins D-Poy. Let's cross our fingers. Giannis does. This is his 2nd time winning MVP and D-Poy in the same season. Most improved, Wendell Carter Jr. Hey, I'm a Bulls fan, so I'm actually rooting for that to happen for Wendell. We let go of one of the most average centers in the league. That literally is what Wendell is. One of the most average centers in the NBA. Mike Budenholzer wins Coach of the Year, executive. Joshua Burgess, whatever the fuck that guy's name is. I assume he's of the Bucks, executive. But let's move on to the All-NBA teams. Luka, Steph, Giannis, AD, Jokic. Not too shocking there. Oh, wow, I passed by all the other teams. But let's look at the standings, honestly. I'm sure Simmons made an all-defensive team. We're the 3rd seed, and it looks like in the first round we're going to have to play the New Orleans Pelicans. So damn, Simmons is going to have to hold his own against Zion. That's going to be a really interesting matchup there. But let's look at our stats. Let's look at everything that we've done with our roster. Look at season stats, player stats. CJ McCollum averaged 23, 5, and 4. Looks like really solid efficiency all across the board. Ben Simmons, 63% shooting from the field, 18, 7, and 8. Honestly, I assume he had to have made an all-defensive team here, right? I mean, he had to have, right? He just had to. All-defensive team. Yep, he did. First team all-defense. We love to see it because even though you don't win DPOY, I'm sure you're going to get that all-defensive team because guess what? Ben Simmons might be the best defensive player in the NBA right now. So it's not shocking to see him make an all-defensive team here. Sadly, the GOAT Cody Zeller will not be, following us to the postseason. But look, this postseason run is for you. We are going to make the finals for you, Cody, so do not have no fear. It's all for you, buddy. Seth Curry shot the ball. Looks like he shot it pretty well. I mean, look at the shooters that we surrounded Ben Simmons with. I mean, 20% from 3 Ben Simmons on 0.2 attempts. Like I said, this guy is a fraud when it comes to his shooting. But look at the shooters we got. CJ McCollum is taking 9 threes a game, shooting 42%. Norman Powell taking 7 threes a game, shooting 39%. Seth Curry taking 5 threes off the bench, shooting 42%. Brook Lopez, like I said, this guy is a fake fraud fucking shooter. 31% from 3, buddy. Let's round up. 32% from 3, buddy, on 4 attempts. Unacceptable. But Anthony Simmons, 40% from 3 on 5 attempts. Larry Nance Jr. pitching in with some 3-point shooting. 35% on 3 attempts. Rocco, 36% on 3 attempts as well. I mean, it looks like we just got shooters everywhere. Hell, even the GOAT Tony Snell pitching in as well with 43% shooting on 1.3 attempts. But hey, you get your shooting how you get your shooting in the NBA. And Tony Snell gave us some shooting at least. So props to him for that. We got some shooters everywhere, and that's how you build around a guy like Ben Simmons. Looks like in the first round, like I said, we're going to be facing the New Orleans Pelicans. Let's simulate the play-in. We don't have time for that shit. Honestly, the brackets look pretty solid here. My Bulls made the playoffs to the 8th seed. Damn, we're going to lose to the Bucks in the first round. But let's simulate. Let's go game by game. Simulate through one game. We win the first game, of course, because look what happens in that game. Ben Simmons, 18, 6, and 12. Great game 1 for your first team, or I should say, great playoff debut for your new team in Portland. Norman Powell, 26 points. Rocco, 19. Seth Curry, 16. CJ McCollum, 11. Solid, whatever. We got the dub, though. That's all that matters. Let's simulate through the next game. We're up 2-0 in the series. That's what I like to see. CJ McCollum, 24. Ben Simmons, 24, 9, and 8. 11 of 17 shooting. It looks like the guy is actually being aggressive. He took the most shots out of anybody on the team, and he was second in points. Or actually, I guess he was number 1, tied with CJ McCollum. We'd love to see it. CJ McCollum with 5 threes, 5 of 8 shooting. Seth Curry with 2 threes off the bench. Brook Lopez hits down 2 threes as well. Anthony Simmons hits 3. Larry Nance hits 2 of 2. Like I said, when you build shooters around Ben Simmons, good things happen. Now, if you look at game 1, we blew out the Pelicans. And let's see what happened to Zion. Wow, it looks like Zion is injured. Is that shocking? The guy's fat, for Christ's sake. So it looks like this is going to be a wash of a series. So let's simulate round. We already know what's going to happen. Yep, we win in 4. We win in 5. Gentleman sweep. Props to us there. Let's see what we did in that playoff series. CJ McCollum drops 28 in the closeout game, but Simmons in the postseason in the first round, 25, 9, and 8 on 76% shooting from the field. Talk about efficiency at its finest. And hey, a shocker, 73% at the free throw line. Simmons, who would have thought, putting him in a new environment with shooters around him, that this guy actually would have gone, 99-cent store version of Giannis. Props to him. This is a real, turnaround. This is a comeback player of the year type of season. Props to my guy Ben Simmons in this simulation. If only he's going to do that in real life, which we all know is probably not going to happen. But in the second round, we are facing the Utah Jazz. They're coming off of a win against the Lakers as the 2 seed. So they upset the Lakers in the first round. They're not going to upset us because, we got the GOAT Ben Simmons. And like I said, first game, we win the first game. And what happens in that game? CJ McCollum drops 20. Norman Powell drops 22. Ben Simmons Where's Ben Simmons? 11, 8, and 13. I mean, his scoring was a little bit down, but other guys stepped up and fulfilled the role. I mean, look at the shooting. Like I said, when you give the guys shooters, great things happen. Norman Powell, 6 of 10 shooting. CJ McCollum, 5 of 9. Brook Lopez, 4 of 7. Anthony Simons, 3 of 7. You have Robert Covington with 3 threes as well. Seth Curry with 3 threes off the bench, giving you 9 points. I mean, man, when you surround Simmons with shooting, great things happen. Let's simulate the next game. Portland, we win again. Just like I thought, we're going to sweep these guys. Let's simulate the... Oh, Norman Powell with a cut on his head. Nigga, if you don't play through that shit... Okay, so we win in 7 games. That was a tough one. I saw how the series was going, but we pulled it out in 7 games. And in the closeout game, Ben Simmons again with a monster performance. 24, 13, and 7. 12 of 18 shooting from the field. And the guy only took 1 free throw. And of course, he missed that free throw. But Seth Curry... Wow, Seth Curry going crazy with 21 points as well. CJ McCollum didn't even have to do too much. Norman Powell didn't have to do too much. It looks like the Jazz, they really struggled. D. Mitch, 10 of 24 shooting, not the best efficiency, obviously. But Rudy Gobert, it looks like the media is going to have a field day with this series, even though they did beat the Lakers in the first round. But it looks like Gobert, yet again exposed. Obviously, you know they're going to have a field day, like I said. But let's move on to the next round. We made the Western Conference Finals. Can you believe it? We made the conference finals and we're facing the Phoenix Suns. The Suns are trying to get back to the finals after the little fluke year last season. But let's see what happens. Let's simulate the first game. Norman Powell is back fully healthy, leave rotation as is, and they pull off the first game win, even though we have home court advantage. So we have to win game 2. We have to win game 2. Of course, we pull off the win in game 2, so it's tied 1-1 apiece. And out east, I haven't even checked what's going on out east. You have the Bucks and the Nets in the conference finals. So even though despite the Nets having obviously a shaky regular season, they got to the conference finals and they're up 2-0 just like they did last year. Let's hope the Bucks can pull that out. So let's simulate another game. Portland wins again and we are up 2-1 in the series. Let's actually see what happened in that game because game 3s are very important. It looks like Chris Paul had a solid performance. Devin Booker looks like he's out. Wow, D-Book is out. Man, looks like we're benefiting off of some injuries, just saying. Ben Simmons in that game, 9, 7, and 10, looking like Draymond Green there. But like I said, when you surround Simmons with shooters, CJ McCollum, 4 of 11 shooting from 3. Norman Powell, 4 of 7 shooting. Anthony Simons, 2 of 7, not the best efficiency there. But Seth Curry with 2 threes. Tony Snell with 2 threes. Brook Lopez with 2 threes. Rocco, my gosh, Rocco, you were just running. I mean, 11 rebounds, props to you there, but 0 of 7 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3. You're lucky we won this game. I assume his defense did help us, though, so props to him in that category. But we are up 2-1 in the series. Let's hope we don't blow a 2-1 lead. Let's simulate the next game. Oh, it's tied 2-2. And even out east, it looks like the Bucks came back and even that series. Hopefully we can win this series. Oh, we're down 3-2. We need you, Simmons, to pull through in that game. I actually want to see what happened in that game 5. Man, Simmons actually pulled through. 10 of 17 shooting from the field and even knocked down his 3 free throws. You know, that's something. Norman Powell, 22 points. CJ McCollum, 14. We need you to do better than that, CJ. Okay? You're the second option. Actually, I believe CJ is the first option on this team, right? I mean, I would assume he is the best. He is the best scorer on this team. CJ's the first option on a team that in this simulation made the Western Conference Finals. Obviously, I think defense contributed to that more than CJ and the shooting on the team as a whole. But props to CJ. I mean, in this simulation, he's done a lot, actually. But let's hope we can pull off this game. We have been eliminated. That hurt my soul. It is what it is. The Suns go back to the NBA Finals. Let's hope the Bucks, they can pull off their win against the Nets. And they don't. So it looks like it's the Nets and the Suns. Simulate playoffs. We really don't care. And the Nets in this simulation are NBA champions. Wow. Yeah, that's not happening. But looks like so far in this simulation, 2K proved to me that when you give Simmons shooters, and this is not even Ben Simmons in his prime yet, I assume, right? Because Ben Simmons, what is he in this simulation? Let's see how old he is. He is 25 years old, so he's about to hit his prime. And obviously, in this simulation, if you give Ben Simmons shooters, he will be able to at least get you to the conference finals. May not be realistic, but hey, 2K told me that's what's going to happen. But look, guys, if you guys enjoyed this simulation, let me know down below in the comment section. What do you think about the Ben Simmons situation as a whole? And also drop some, some suggestions on some simulations that you want to see, or if you want to see me do other things on 2K, let me know down below in the comment section. More 2K videos are to come in the future on this channel. Be sure to also subscribe to my second channel and subscribe to this channel as well. And don't forget to drop a like on this video. This is your boy Young Mustard signing out. Man, I gotta be able to talk, just like Ben Simmons, I gotta be able to take 3-pointers. But like I said, your boy Young Mustard signing out. Y'all stay safe and have a blessed day. Peace.